Hey, welcome everybody. Battle Pirates Crib, VXP weekend. It's open mic. The link's on the right-hand side in case anybody'd like to join us. Let me go ahead and introduce everybody from left to right. Magic Mike.
Good evening. It's open mic.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I can't claim responsibility for that.
That was High Lord. Magic Mike.
Hi, it's open mic. Get it?
And yep. And Lady Cat.
Hello.
And Jeff.
Greetings.
And High Lord, who I just had to mute.
Hello.
Hello. And Ben, trying to mess me up with a new picture of the puppy with the butt ice.
Hello, everyone. And it's Labatt Ice, Canadian.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's small on my screen, so I couldn't tell. And Aussie.
Good morning, everybody.
And this is Hefe. And let's proceed and get some of the chores out of the way, and then we can proceed to talk about VXP weekend, the new FM targets, and what people are building and whatnot. So I'm going to put the slides on present. Right now, we are in the 929 update. What's going on? Again, there's no word on this Assault World map target transition. Bounty for next week is canceled. The player inventory that we would have better control over our tokens and kits has been delayed. We're having a shipwreck event instead. And the following week is going to be pillage, followed by the last of the assault skirmish raid. It will be then the skirmish siege raid cycle. So, any thoughts on this, anybody? We went through this.
I want bounty back.
Okay.
Me too.
It's the only time I play PvP.
Well, do you actually hit bases?
Yeah.
Well, you should still hit bases. You don't need a reason.
Anything out of it. Yeah. Bounty. Yeah. Shit.
He feels guilty otherwise.
There's something called medals that some people appear to really covet. I'm not sure
medals.
why. Yeah.
I don't care about medals.
They're still going to have the targets for you to grind if you want to hit the.
Oh, we're not certain, but we assume.
Okay.
We'll know. When the briefing comes out on Tuesday. Which let us transition over to the next slide.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Battle Pirates next week.
I have to do it.
Yeah. Basically, we're going to get the update notes on Monday, followed by the briefing for shipwrecks on Wednesday, including awesome new PvP content in the store. And the briefing will go live at the end of the day. And then on Thursday, we're going to get the new shipwreck targets and Kickside replica bases.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. So we're going to have the replica bases.
Like I said, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you read your slides?
Well, yeah. Well, who knows if we're going to have the other ones.
He was too busy looking elsewhere.
Yeah. So, but as far as recommendations associated with the if people want to participate in shipwrecks, the thing that I've noticed in previous ones is you really don't want to run stacked. You need to separate your ships, and whether you use the number buttons or however you want to do it, or the arrow buttons, but you really don't want to run stacked when you're in those targets. So
I don't want you to hurt yourselves now.
yeah. So, any thoughts on what's happening next week? And we're also going to get the new skin, that the Royal Kicksar skin, which we saw that Half Centaur was using when he was fighting Giannis in the thing that got everybody 50 gold.
Lady Cat be happy you went for stacked instead of skinned.
That skin looks cool. I like that skin.
Yeah.
No, I think he would have gone differently if it had been about skin.
Well, I have to say that I am happy about this trip. I know most people aren't. I enjoy it. Um,
But isn't that bounty? I mean, why are they saying bounty's not? Oh, because you get the points and nobody can steal them. Is
maybe
that what it's going to be? Is basically we can get points off the replica bases
if
and
it's
nobody can steal them
different,
because there's
right,
no bounty.
right.
If they hold off on bounty to make new prizes, what could be in the shipwrecks? Maybe it's more content related to shipwrecks. Who knows? But because PvP doesn't really mean the same thing anymore. Um, After they introduce shipwrecks, now it's fleet versus fleet, or fleet versus base. So it could be content that's more related to shipwrecks, and maybe I don't know. But it's a good question. But I don't know. Anything else on next week, or should we proceed to VXP weekend? Okay. We have all of the, as we said on Wednesday, all the top targets will be around until Monday evening for most people. Tuesday for some people. And I found them incredibly easy if you're trying to deal with the suppressor. 20 seconds, or no, not 20 seconds of damage, like 16 seconds of damage. And I didn't even bother to use a silver salty just to.
Really?
It wasn't worth it.
So you did it really good. I mean, it's an easy kill.
Yeah. You go into the target, and it's the same target that we've seen before as far as the 100. There's no land, there's no structures. It's just a bunch of ships moving around. And as you bring your suppressor in, they see you at some point, and they start to move towards you.
Right.
And then the gluttonies have less combat speed and less turn speed. And so therefore, you can sort of catch them while they're separated from the rest, because they're still waiting to get. Because once you submerge again, you go into your deep dive.
Right.
They go back to a resting place, and the gluttonies are stuck behind them. They're not as quick, so you can go and pick them off. And the only damage that you're going to take, at least that I've been taking, is from the fire field that's created when you kill it.
Okay.
And I would recommend only killing one at a time, retreating, going right back in, because I'm pretty sure you're maxing out on your offensive points at this time.
Okay.
So it's really easy.
Is it just the gluts you're after, or can you kill the whole target?
No, just the gluts. If you're
Okay.
if you're using your suppressors, there's 2 gluts in the target. You'll probably go into a lot of targets where they've been removed because of people are ranking up suppressors. But there's only 2 in there. One's at the bottom, one's at the top. But it's pretty easy if you're unfamiliar with how to drive it and whatnot. I would suggest going in there and then driving around for a little bit, but watch the behavior of the gluttonies, and you'll see where they're vulnerable.
Okay.
And then you can retreat and then go back in, recreate that situation, go in there, kill it, and then just hightail it away from the other ships.
Right.
And you got 16 seconds of damage. And
what kind of VXP?
I was using the regular salty, and I think I was getting like 6.8K per.
How many kills? How many kills? How many kills?
Just 6.8 per kill.
No, I mean, you said you barely cared about a silver salty, so how many did you have to hit before you scold?
It wasn't that many.
Okay, good.
Because it's quick. It's quick. You go in, boom, you kill it, you retreat, you go back in. It's really quick as far as the process.
Okay.
So
I'm just trying to get a little info from you because I just got home from work.
Yeah, I mean, you could run a triple salty and get the whole thing done probably in a half an hour. If you're willing to,
Yeah.
we got 4 or 5 days. If you wanted to spread it out, I've ran one regular salty, and I was at like 71 before I ran out of that one.
Wow.
But I wasn't really paying that much attention, and then I didn't run a crew for the next couple of hits. So
Okay.
it's pretty quick. The most time intensive part of the process is actually finding the targets that still have the gluts in it, because the
Yeah.
suppressors only do that aura damage to the gluttonies.
Yeah.
They don't do it to anything else. So,
Can I just say something?
sure.
I just did one. Just hit one gluttony, no salty, no nothing, and it was 6,239
Okay, yeah, okay.
per
Yeah,
gluttony. Yeah, I just did one gluttony just to see how many points I got off it, because you were talking about salty. So I just thought it, just in case someone hasn't got one, any salty.
So Aussie's saying 6K for no salty, so 18 for a triple.
Yeah. So that brought me from nothing to 1 star.
Did you take any damage or no?
31 seconds. That was only,
yeah.
like you just said, from the explosion.
Yeah.
Of the gluttony.
Yeah. So it's really easy for the suppressors. And the people that are still working on the other ships and you do have the suppressor, I would probably send your suppressor in and then go and kill the whole target if you got decent silverfish left over. And also gain the defender, the three 10K defender VXP tokens as well if you're not maxed out. Even if, like I talked to Lady Cat earlier, even if you just have the flag, with just the efficiency of using it, you're probably, between the antis, the stacking, all that good nonsense, you're probably better off using the whole thing. And again, we have till Monday to do this. There's not much else going on. Probably everybody's done with the FM at this point, aren't we?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got some TLCs I want to do.
Okay. So I'll take you off present because I don't think we have much else. I just wanted to remind everybody that it's like the last VXP weekend where the targets remain the same throughout. We don't lose the big targets after 36 hours like we have.
That's awesome. That's about time.
Yeah.
Not everybody can hit the first 2 days.
Yeah, so it's makes it a lot easier, and with the payouts and everything else, I guess they realize that people didn't really like doing VXP weekend, so they're appears like they're trying to make it easier for everybody.
That's good.
Yep. So, what's everybody else got going on?
I got that Praetorian flag I got to kick out before it's over and put some rank on that, but between that and the suppressor, maybe a couple small things just to finish them off, but mine's pretty much good.
I think, trying to remember how I ranked up my Praetorian flag. Was it on these targets or was it on the older targets?
I think it was these targets because they crush it fucking hard and they rank they kill the target easy. But I haven't tried them yet. From what I remember, the last time I ranked my Praetorians, they were smoking the target, but it could have been like 2 times ago. I don't remember.
Well, my basic Praetorians, I ranked up on the old assault targets, where they wouldn't kill the target; they would kill the buildings, but it would take like 6 minutes for the assault target, the assault ships, to kill your Praetorians. Is that right? Am I remembering? Yeah. Does anybody else remember that? Because it was just 5 minutes of sitting there waiting for them to kill you.
Don't remember.
No, that's not the target I hit. When all ever targets I hit, the Praetorians just smoked it. So it might have been last month. Because we just kind of got them, didn't we?
No, we've had them for a couple months.
Oh, I don't remember when I ranked them.
Okay. Aussie, Jeff, do you remember any of that?
No, I can't remember. I thought it was these target. No.
No,
What was the other
we had them for a
target?
while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
was
don't
with the
remember
buildings.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was the old assault targets.
yeah.
Was.
That's how I ranked my Praetorians. Was old assault. I'd take my Saturns and clear out the fleet, and then kill all the buildings with the Praetorians. No damage to either fleet really, and get the VXP tokens also, or XP tokens. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you didn't clear out the fleet with the Saturns, if you could just run through it, but the problem was, and it got a lot of VXP, but the problem was you couldn't kill them and they couldn't kill you. So it was like 4 minutes or 4 or 5 minutes of them just shooting at you until you died because their resistances were so high.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, killing the fleets first, would be the way to go. I'm not even sure what I just posted. I meant to post the Hangout link, but
Now it's a link to pictures you didn't want to send.
well, maybe no. I think it was no. I put the Hangout ones there. I think it was a link to watch the show. So, no, just in case anybody else would like to join and discuss whatever. Yeah, Hi Lord, you still got something going on in the background.
The fan? You hear the fan? Oh wow.
No.
Yeah, it stopped. It sounded more like music than a fan, but I don't know.
Or TV or something.
Yeah, TV. It sounded like
Well, it can't be me. My TV's on mute, and the only thing going is the fan. But I'll turn that down.
Okay, yeah. It's sort of psychedelic, whatever it was. But okay. What else is going on? VXP is simple. Pretty much for everybody. We could go back to thinking about what's going on with the what people are how people are reacting to the new prizes that we're getting in the FM for our silverfish. I don't know.
I'm putting the critical special on mine right now. I haven't decided about the engine or the battery yet. Because I have to compare builds to see what I'm gaining versus what I'm losing. But I went ahead and decided I could swing the critical special one.
Yeah, I'm doing that as well. I'm also putting the engine on because I have a speed 6, so it's it's only going to help me.
I've got strength 5. So.
Yeah.
And Hyper 30.
Yeah, I have the Hyper 32, so that's why I'm a little bit more worried about the concussive battery and how that's going to impact my build as far as do I want to lose all this for additional splash damage reduction, which we're not really certain anymore how well that's working, and plus 30% concussive damage, because I don't know how much, splash and projectile speed are really hard to sort of gauge how well they're working until they're not working, and you're realizing most of my firepower is ending up on the water and not shooting ships. So that's one of the things I didn't want to lose with my projectile speed.
From what I'm seeing is you need high splash on these.
So what are you using?
I gotta refit.
Okay, alrighty.
I know, a little late, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of splash helps.
Yeah, because that's like what we talked about before. Like, the higher your projectile or higher your splash is, the lower your need is for projectile speed, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're covering more. You're covering more ground either way.
Yeah.
You're more likely to shoot what you're aiming at.
Yeah.
All right, Hyler, you still haven't turned your TV off. Or is it somebody else?
It's not me. I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's not me. I don't know what you're talking.
Okay. Because you light up when I'm not sure what's going on. There's somebody with a TV going on. So
Too early in the morning for a TV on here.
Okay.
And besides that,
they only start the TV after like 8 o'clock.
Well, actually, it's not even connected as a TV at the moment, and it hasn't got it.
I see. No,
TV's
I'm
not
just
even
hearing
gonna
a TV. Okay. No,
I have
I'm
a
just
TV
saying
on, but I can't even hear it. So I'd be surprised if you can.
Yeah.
Mine's muted.
Okay. I'm not sure what's going on then. I'm sorry.
YouTube crossover.
I have no idea what's going on. But
It is weird.
Yeah, and Vincent mentions there's weight issues with the concussive battery, especially if you were previously running Hyper 30. The other issue is, as we talked about before, they're planning to retune the hydrofoil plating 2 at some point before the raid, and we don't know what. And a lot of people are either running no armor or running the D6X, which has 125 tons, or the D7CT, which is like 489 tons, while the hydrofoil plating is 1250, which is, a world of difference between that and not running any armor in the D6X. So you have a lot of decisions you're going to make as far as how many weapons you're going to have, which are also really hefty. I really hope that they give us some sort of information on the armor sooner than later, because it feels like we're, if they're going to wait a couple of weeks to tell us like they said they are, that just doesn't feel fair, because it's just not the decision of putting the armor on. It's a decision of, okay, I need to change if I want to put that on, that armor. I need to change weapons. I need to change specials. I need to change a lot of things if they do something significant to that armor.
Have they said why they want to change it?
Probably because nobody's using them.
Oh, well, that's really unfair then if somebody goes somewhere other direction and all of a sudden now they have to do all their ships.
Well, a lot of people didn't use them because they have, it's 22 and a half minutes of repair per plate. It's...
But what I mean is, if it becomes preferable to what I did, which is the other thing you mentioned, that's really a pain in the 11th hour.
Yeah, especially with the huge amount of weight and the high repair time, and what Chuck's mentioning now. Yeah, there's all sorts of problems with it. I mean, we don't know if maybe they're going to lower the weight as well, because the weight is it's 1250 for a plate of armor is huge for a PvE ship. Especially if you're going to swap it out for a D6X, which has 125 tons versus 1250. That's it can really change how you would build your ship and really simplify it to a great degree, and cause you to strip off weapons and whatnot. There are some choices, because it's if you compare it to the older the depth charges that went with your bat ray, the damage decrease isn't that much, but the weight decrease is huge. So if you are forced into this decision, maybe take a look at filling in some of those gaps with the what is it, chainsaw, or I forget what the names of them are. Ripsaw, yeah. Some of those other Gatling guns, which still do a fair amount of damage. They have slower projectile speed, but they better than leaving it empty, I guess. But I think they still have a long build time, which is a problem as well.
What's everybody planning on doing with their countermeasures? Did anybody feel like the shooting down the mortars was worth it? It seemed like you're always moving faster than them, and weight is a problem. But now that you mentioned the lighter weight weapons,
Which mortars were you running into?
none. That's why why I had the hails on there.
Yeah. Well, there was mortars in the 112 and 114 targets, but there weren't in the 500 targets. And now I'm afraid that
Oh no, yeah, you're scaring me.
Well,
So I'll take them off and then they'll put them in.
yeah, because they turn those to rockets in the 500 targets, and I'm not sure if they thought that was a mistake and they're going to change it. Yeah, I'm not liking this last raid because the last raid in this 2-raid cycle, because the first raid I waited to see what the targets actually looked like, and I kept all my chest, I kept all of my tokens. I had and just basically built it right after the raid started. But at this point, we're going to have the issue where next raid, we're going to be getting a new siege hall that we have to build with those tokens. So we don't have the ability to go in and tweak our ships as hard as we did this last time in the next one. And that worries me. If that made any sense to everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it worries me too. I need the Gales right now to do the 120s. So do I get rid of the Gales? And then lose my ability to auto those 120s?
What are you talking for the silverfish?
What 120? What are you talking? Yeah.
I'm sorry, the Praetorians.
Okay, we were talking silverfish. So.
Sorry.
Yeah, I thought I was 100.
yeah. Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm ranking my ships at the same time. I guess I got lost.
Okay. Yeah. We were talking about the fact that if you hit the 500 targets and you had Gales on them, they serve no purpose besides a little extra explosive survival value, but they didn't really serve any purpose as a countermeasure.
Because those are rockets, right? Got it.
There were rockets in the 500s, but in the in the 112 and the 114, there were mortars in there.
Well, here's the funny thing. I had Gales on, and I got more damage in the 112s and 114s than I got in the 500s, 501.
I didn't notice the mortars ever hitting me. Like I was always somewhere else. So I'm not sure the mortars were ever a factor.
Yeah, I don't think they were.
So I'm thinking about getting rid of them, but I'm not sure with what.
But Hefe's right. They could decide that, oops, I should have been mortars. Looks like mortars. But it wasn't as rockets.
But it might be still you don't need it because you're somewhere else.
True. That's very true.
This is becoming a guessing game across the board every month now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more guessing strategy. And you almost don't have to, if you can coin, you almost don't have to worry about it because you'll just buy it.
I'm thinking of pulling the Gales off my silverfish because they really don't help. The only reason I had them on there was because of the gluts. Now with the suppressor, you go and take the gluts out and no mortars come at you.
Yeah, but is it worth the time to mess with that fleet? I mean, are you going to make it that much better by removing that, or just leave it alone and move on? You know what I mean?
Will you have room to add another weapon?
And what might they change next time, though?
Right. That's what worries me is of changing it, and then I need it all of a sudden.
The constant is change. So.
And they're not going to tell us, and they're not going to tell us early anyway.
Right.
Well, I hate to say it, but with the fact that they got a concussive battery and concussive sync drives now, you better bet your ass they're going to be switching a lot of damage to concussive, I believe, next raid.
It's a good point too.
I hope you're wrong, because it was mostly explosive this time. If they pull a switch like this after I adjust to that, I'll be really pissed.
Yeah, I just wish they'd communicate that to us.
Well, it's not just communication. You can't change, especially in a stupid 2-cycle raid, you can't change the targets dramatically one to the next. It's bad enough where we are without adding that element.
Yeah, change the entire scheme of the target.
Yeah.
The mechanics, yeah. Well, I wouldn't put it past them.
I was going to say, it's not like they haven't done it before.
They haven't really changed damage types dramatically like that.
Damage types, no, but they've cranked up the volume pretty religiously.
Yeah,
Just did a 100 with my suppressor. Both gluttonies put the single salty on. I got 21, did both gluts at the same time.
good job.
Can I ask a really dumb question? Everybody's doing the suppressor. I just ran mine for the first time. I ran after something, hit stop, and it didn't look like it fired for a good 5 seconds. It just sat there like...
It was fully surfaced?
Well, that's why when you hit stop, does it take time for it to come to the surface?
It takes time to come to the surface. It takes a few seconds to come to the surface. And just 4 seconds is all it takes for it to go back under. But
seems like a half an hour.
Yeah. I've been counting, and that's a long 4 seconds.
It sure is.
So what do you do to drive these things? You drive to the boat you want to kill. You stop dead. Wait.
No, you gotta lead it just a little bit, because you only got a, what was it, 30 range?
You've got the little...
There's only like 30 range, so you don't have a whole...
I usually stop just in front of it, so then by the time it surfaces, the gluttony is pretty much right on top of it.
Yeah, I finished mine, or I would...
The biggest problem, Jeff, is that there's 2 gluttonies in every target, and you want to hit one when the other is not going to hit you when you surface, so that you're not getting hit.
Or those small subs there, they hurt.
Right, you don't want to be around other subs, so you've got to basically keep your ship moving until you're ready. And so you have to really plan your attack and where you're going to be when you surface. And you have to hope that you don't accidentally forget to move your ship as you're bouncing around, either using waypoints or whatever.
I'd run one.
Never use waypoints. Never use waypoints with the suppressor.
I use waypoints to get out of the target, so they keep moving.
Yeah, because it always seems to pause for a split second before it starts to the next one.
And that'll surface. But you have to keep moving or you surface. And just for 1 second, you have to move it before you hit where you're headed to. Because all it takes is a split second and it'll surface.
Jeff, I'll go hit one if you want to. But I'm a horrible driver, but you can at least get the gist of it if you'd like.
Sure, it's your
turn.
turn.
I can find one now.
Have you done this successfully yet, though?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm skulled.
Okay, yeah, because I can't. I'll put you on.
Well, don't do it until I find one that's usable.
Let me know.
But I'm not going to guarantee I won't make everybody laugh with my driving. So
it's only fair, though. I mean, I've done it twice now.
and they do enjoy that actually better.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I'm not that shy.
Especially if you sink it, they'll all, people.
No, the worst I've done was 10 minutes damage.
Okay, alrighty.
Nothing quite as good as me hitting with the one thud and going, it's not killing it.
So, Hefe, they're saying waypoints are not a good idea with the suppressor.
What?
There's, the panel thinks waypoints are not a good idea with the suppressor.
I'm not having a problem with it.
I'm not either. Who was that?
I'm leaving the target using waypoints.
Yeah, Ben's having trouble with the waypoints.
I'm not certain why. I aim for something that's relatively far away, then I set up the waypoints. I have yet to surface in these targets. I was surfacing in some of the 500 targets, but not in these. That's why I'm sort of wondering if it's sort of the target as opposed to the ship. But are you having problems in this? in this target?
He's probably not tried them. Have you tried them in this target waypoints?
I haven't tried waypoints in this target because
Okay.
it's just easier for me to drive it.
Okay.
My
Yeah, I
mouse
just set
doesn't click
waypoints so they
reliably.
never come close to surfacing.
I don't like the eating mouse clicks, and then you think it's moving, and then all of a sudden it's not.
Mike, I found one for you.
I just saw it posted. Yeah.
Okay. Let me know when to put you on.
Heading
that?
that way. I gotta go to screen share in a sec here. Happy birthday, Ben.
Thanks. I'm gonna kill a kid.
Is that a birthday present?
I've got one as well, I think.
Okay, I'm in it. So let me get myself set up here.
You retreated.
I did. I want to go on screen share.
Okay. Okay.
And,
let me
okay, Jeff, whenever.
Okay. I haven't seen you do this yet, but you saw me do it before, right?
I wasn't able to really,
Okay.
because you can't see the suppressor.
Yeah, yeah. But the big thing is that the Gluttony has different combat speed and turn speed, and it's a little bit dumber than the rest of the ships. So you see how he's created space?
See, I surfaced too quick, but
Yeah, well, I don't know what the wife's going to think
I don't
about
know what happened there.
it. Yeah.
Okay. No,
That's what happened to me. That's why I was wondering what I was doing wrong.
Well, it just surfaced. I mean, I didn't know I stopped, but I guess I did.
Go down, run.
Now here's how I use my waypoints, and then
Nah, you don't need waypoints.
well, it's just so that in case my mouse doesn't click right and I surface.
Aussie who hates anything that sounds anything like autoing.
Yep. Fuck it. Well,
Play the game, right?
yeah, play the bloody game. Yeah.
So then let's see. Then I guess it's a good idea to go out. Of course,
No, you can take out the
collect
second
more-
one.
Yeah, but you collect more points if you go out and come back.
Yeah,
No, you don't.
So that was still instant.
Yeah.
Okay, before I did 10,000. I'd put a with no crew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was just so it's only a double, right? It's only a double that I put on. So before I got the double, it was a 10,000 and something. So then I put the double on, and it was 21. So I'm not going to get any more points than that.
So you stopped there. Yeah. You stopped. Yeah, that was a problem. I'm watching. I'm sorry.
It did stop?
Yeah, you did stop beforehand. I was watching the replay on YouTube.
Didn't seem like you stopped, but
Do it intentionally.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one here, I find it a little bit harder to do this one than the first one, but
I would aim like straight at it.
that's,
Yeah.
and then it's going to turn down, and you want to kind of, this one should work.
Yeah, I would have aimed straight at it to begin with, and you're stopping short. Okay.
Now I'm going to get hit by that little sub there that hurts. See, look at all the damage I took there.
Yeah.
So all that just on that
that's
one.
because
Boy,
the
we
4 seconds you take to get back underneath again, they see you as you're submerging, and
No, you're still on top of the water, right? Before you can go back down, and you're in range of this.
and he hurts.
He hurts.
Oh yeah.
But that's only about 15, 20 minutes damage, probably.
So what did you do? Just to keystroke wise, you clicked in front of it. Did you hit down arrow to stop where you wanted
No.
to stop? Or?
Not this time I didn't, but I have.
And then you just sit there. As soon as it's gone under, you click somewhere else to get moving again.
Want me to do
And
one?
the mistake is staying there too long, or is the mistake being on the wrong side of it so that the other ships are near you when you come up?
You don't
Do
want
you
the
want me
other.
to do one as well or not?
That was 13 minutes damage. So not incredibly terrible, but the first hit was instant on the map, and that one was 13. And I can't tell you what that's.
During the raid, it was the same.
No, it's 13 right now. I just got my suppressor out of the shipyard today, about an hour or 2 hours ago, and it's already sculled, so you shouldn't have any trouble. It's just I had to learn how to do that little stop in front of it business. Once you get a hang of it, then it's a piece of cake, kind of.
Yeah, the problem is I freeze up. What I do is, personally, is I look at it and I know where it's going to have the greatest distance between the ships and the gluttony,
Mhm.
and I'll put waypoints back and forth near that.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Doing the waypoints.
waypoint, whatever, you can hit the shift, can't you? And then it just goes back and forth without having to worry about it surfacing. And then once I see that I'm about where I want it, but I have waypoints going back and forth right in that area, then I'll click towards it, click towards the ship to get right underneath it, and then I'll hit the bottom, the down arrow key.
Now I get it. Okay.
Pop up.
Now I get it. Yep.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I'm about to hit one. Do you want to screen share mine?
Sure.
All right, I'll have to change. There's going to be two of me there for a sec. Because it's
We
two
had a hard
different
enough
computers.
time at one, so let's see how this goes.
So basically, you just learn exactly where you want to stop and how many waypoints you draw, and it's just click, click, click.
And as soon as it's
Once
like
you,
almost over top of you, hit the down arrow.
Or not when they're over top. Well,
Just
not when
before.
they're over top of me. It's when those other ships stop, or where you have the maximum distance between the other ships and the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they'll stop, and he's still turning and fucking around and doing whatever. So then you have, the greatest margin of error at that point in time is the way I do it.
I'm going to go in.
Okay. Oh, okay. I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, there we go. Now I'm on the right one.
do you take any damage in that when it explodes?
It'll take about a minute.
Yeah, well, I have the Galea. You have the Galea on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I take about, but I think it's concussive damage. I take about 16 seconds or whatever.
Okay.
16 to 20 seconds, but you're hitting both at the same time, which I don't know, because there's usually a maximum per encounter,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not. You found that there's not a maximum per encounter on this, or?
Well, I had 10 without a crew and 21 with a crew. So that's
Well, I'm not saying with or without the crew. Hitting one at a time, like retreating and coming back in and hitting the second one.
It must do, actually, because I got 6,000 for the first one and 10,000 for two.
Yeah, I get about 12,500 when I double tap it.
Yeah.
So I get a little bit more.
It's being a pain. This one's being a pain. It doesn't usually do this.
It was interesting. It looked like maybe it's just lag, but it looked like you stopped and it fired and then you were moving again. Well, and it blew up while you were moving.
Yeah, I did. I moved.
So as soon as the volley goes, you can start moving again. You don't have to wait for an
Yeah.
explosion. If you time it right, one volley is enough to sink it.
Well, it's not even the volley; it's the aura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the aura that's
Yeah,
killing it,
it's
not
not
the
their gun. Yeah, it's not their gun. It's the special. It's the 25 million damage or something.
Yeah, it's the aura that's causing the damage, and the sooner that you're not going to you're not going to submerge again for 4 seconds. So as soon as you surface, you want to click and move again because that starts a timer that you're going to submerge again in 4 seconds. So you want to stay close to them, or because that's starting the timer by moving. You
See, that was all explosive.
Okay. Oops, I unclicked you. Okay.
I'm glad you guys presented this, thanks, because I was completely misunderstanding the dynamics here.
1 minute, 3 seconds.
Okay. The suppressor?
Yeah.
No, it was Jeff, as far as...
Yeah, I didn't understand the dynamics. I didn't know it was the aura. I thought there was an onboard weapon.
There is an onboard weapon, but it's the aura, the 30 range aura that's doing it's doing the
Oh, now I know exactly what I was doing wrong. I was stopping within the weapon range.
Oh, yeah. You want to sit on it, baby.
So I'm sitting there waiting for my weapon to do the killing, and it did, but not fast.
Yeah, if you take a look at the difference is huge between the aura, because the aura only impacts
Gluttonies.
Yeah, NPC gluttonies, not player gluttonies, but NPC gluttonies. And it does like 25 million per second. And then you got this Gatling gun that's built in that it does some damage, but not nearly 25 million,
Yeah, you might.
I think
you
the
might
Gatling
say-
gun might be there in case you surface near other ships. So it's going to try and kill them,
You might
do
have
some
saved,
damage to the other ships.
you might have saved all the new suppressor owners a lot of trial and tribulation by explaining this, or showing it, I should say.
Well, hopefully
Is
it
that-
helps.
Yeah, it did.
So, I don't know. What else?
I just had a alliance member do an 80 or the 60 or whatever the other VXP target is, and he said it's almost impossible to kill the gluts in them with the suppressor.
Huh. Are you sure it's gluts and not ghost crawlers? Is it a noob?
No, it's not a noob.
Okay. Is it one of your alts and you're just saying
No.
Now, which one? Which target?
80 or 60 or
60s? The 60s is the other target.
Now, where? Unbelievable. There's not a 60 on my screen.
Well, use the locator.
They're all taken. Hang on. There's a 100. Oh, what? 2 seconds ago, there was no 100s near me. Now they're everywhere. Are you shitting me? Oh, there's one. I'm just going to see. All right. See what it does. Yeah, I've only got to do one more 100, and I think that's going to be Scold. So that was only 3. I wasn't using a crew before, and I think I got to Hunter 5. So I've done 1, 2, 3, and I'm at Specialist 3 with the crew.
Okay.
So, probably 2 more. I was going to say. So a 60 to Gluttonies. Let's have a look. You actually won't be in here.
Yeah, since this is a flagship, it's unusual that it's only 100K. I was expecting 125, but it's only 100K to skull these.
So this target's okay.
So you're going to test that idea out, or are you...
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I suppose I should have screenshot. I went off that because I had two going, so I didn't. I'm just gonna pop up under there. Oops.
Are you screen sharing this?
No, I'm not. I probably should have. These ships are too close. Hang on. I'm gonna have to move them.
Okay. While you're working on that, what is everybody? Okay, we should probably talk about the 125.
Okay. It can be killed. Like I was saying, I think previous to the show, I tried to do what's it called? The one where you get uranium. The daily deal, one for uranium. What's it called? Rivertide?
Scourge blockade.
Scourge blockade. Yeah, in the Scourge blockade, the aura does not kill the gluttonies. And this is the same target as in one of those, and the aura does not kill the gluttonies, the cannon does.
Okay. It's good to know because I was a little worried as far as if this was really target specific, and it appears that it is.
Yeah, so the aura will only work in the 100s.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be scrapping them after this next week. Or holding on to them until they invent something.
Possibly, yeah. Well, not scrapping them, but we might find that, once this gets thrown into pillage, it's a lower level target. It doesn't work on it. Yeah. Hopefully they're thinking these things through,
Hopefully it's very optimistic.
It could just be they haven't configured the old targets for the aura. That's all, probably.
Yeah, but they won't.
The 100 is a brand new target.
They won't
per se.
It's just
So it's configured.
Each individual ship, and sometimes it's even like when you see like the things that we were seeing early on with like the elite ships, the ones that had the corrosive signs on them. They each have an individual ship ID, and they relate these things to that ship ID. So, are they going to go back? Are they going to find it worth their time to go back and go, okay, these are non-player, these are kicks, or these are PvE gluttonies. Are we going to go back and find all of them, take all those ship IDs, and link them to the inside job, or whatever they call this, a special ability is on the suppressor?
Why isn't it just a damage type though? I don't understand why ships should be coded for the damage. It should be just a damage type, and it either takes it or it doesn't.
Well, this one's designed for a specific purpose to kill those certain ships. I don't know why, because it's written into the special ability of the ship. That it only impacts
certain types.
It makes testing a lot easier, which is probably the objective.
Yeah. Well, and also, so it can't run amok killing everything by just 25 million. You could surf it. Anytime you could get that thing in there somewhere, boom, it pops up and just decimates anything.
Because that aura is concussive. I just had a look on a battle log.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering why a ship ID matters, but that's really the real reason.
Well, they don't want us to use it against the gluts. I'm trying to find where I have a slide of the special abilities of the suppressor. Better components. Okay, I got it all covered up with stuff. Lady Cat, you still there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm here.
She's stripping wallpaper.
No, I was talking to my sister.
I was joking.
I'm here.
Okay. Do you want to go to slide 26?
Do I want to? Are there?
Can you just do it?
Am I supposed to say, go to slide 26?
You can either do that or go back to.
Do not give her options.
Will there be any surprises on slide 26?
Either that or BP next week.
Yeah.
Okay, let me share.
Yeah, we could torture everybody some more.
Start
Yeah.
picking on me. You might get a flat face. Just warning you. Okay.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
All right,
The
that suppressor is skulled.
The inside job on the bottom right-hand side. Effect applied to each enemy Scourge Gluttony and Gluttony Prime. So these are two specific types of gluttonies that they have in the game. That's why I linked it back to the ID, Chef, because they may have a different name for the ones that are in the 60s or the ones that are in the Scourge Blockade.
Yeah, that's clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they also did a similar thing with the ring on the
Satin. Rock.
So it's
No.
fairly uncommon for an offensive effect to be tied to a ship ID. Defense I've seen before, but for
Well,
your own fleet,
they also had that going on with the bat rays. You know, where you had to put that it was a certain kind of Nighthawk that you had to put within that ring in order for it to get surfaced. And since I'm not a big fan of it because the players don't know what the names of these ships are. You know, it's not provided to us anywhere what they're calling these ships internally. And so they need to be more transparent with this, in my opinion, in order for us to know where it works and where it doesn't work. So.
Well, so the Gluttony Prime is probably the one that heals, wouldn't it be? You would think.
Well, Gluttony Prime is the one in the 500s.
Yeah, there's one that heals. So it's that.
Well, there's the Scourge Gluttony is in the 112 and the 114. There's one in each of those targets. And in the 500 and the 501, there is the Gluttony Prime. The Scourge Gluttony also fires mortars. The Gluttony Prime fires rockets. There's differences between the two of them. But again, they're not really. You got to work to figure.
You don't know which one's which.
Yeah, you got to be really on it to figure out which one's which, and then, like we were showing, the 60s, it appears to be neither one of them. The Scourge Blockade appears to be neither one of them. So, but we don't know that from the player perspective. So they need to, they need to view some of the information they provide us from the players, perspective on things. That makes sense.
Yeah. I'm just going to go back to.
So what's everybody's best time on a 125 now?
I haven't tried it yet.
You still haven't?
No, I'm actually refitting my.
Can I give you that incredulous voice you gave me when I didn't have my flag done?
Yeah, you can.
How could it not be done?
I'm getting right around 35.
You only have 4? Sorry about that. You're right.
I'm getting right around 35 minutes.
On what?
On the 125.
That's pretty good.
I'm still missing the special, though.
My ally got 45.
But I started doing it the way Aussie was talking about, circling the entire base and then going to the inside. Because you can take advantage of the mountains quite a bit.
Yeah. If you go back, I don't know if you probably haven't got the slides, but the one for the strategy guide for the raid, I was just having a quick look at that, and it's showing the Gluttony Prime, which one the Gluttony Prime is. It's not the health one, it's the other one.
Oh, sirens are going off. Hold on.
I would have thought it would be the other way around. But
I found my sirens here, Doctor.
But even on the other one, it just calls it a gluttony. It doesn't say it's a.
Yeah, we must have.
They found you.
We're getting a hell of a doggone storm here, and the civil defense sirens just went off.
Did you get tornadoes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you hear a train, run.
Yeah, if the ground starts rumbling, then I'll go downstairs.
Except for he has train tracks going behind his house, so he can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
It's weird looking out there.
Is the sky turned green?
Yeah, actually.
That's a sign of a tornado. Because all the grass blows up in the air. Just saying.
Oh well.
Did you, yeah, you should pack up that scotch. Good.
You betcha. That's what I gotta do. Okay.
Save the scotch. What are we doing?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. Everything went quiet.
Go for it. I'm just watching the
Yeah.
outside.
We're waiting to see if Mike gets, goes to Kansas.
hey, screen share if it's a tornado.
Yeah, we want to
How am I gonna do that?
So I don't know what countermeasures we should be doing, Chuck, and I'm not sure how long ago your question was.
On what hall?
On the 125 for the Praetorians.
I'm gonna run 1 Gale 4 and 3 Sprint myself.
No MDS.
No, I hate MDS. They don't seem to work right for
What
me.
happened to Hefe?
He probably went to get a beer.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Is he gone?
No, he's just on mute.
Oh, I can't see.
I know he wants to talk about the 125 in a bit.
What glitch, Chuck?
I thought we were talking about the 125.
I don't know. I had some background stuff going on here.
Yeah, we were just comparing damage, but somebody was asking about what countermeasures they think would be good in the 125. I think it's the 125 they're talking about anyway.
Well, I know Sprint's working them. I haven't seen the Gale 4 fire, though.
Can you?
Yeah.
I know you're not supposed to mix antis on the same ship, but can you do it in the same fleet? So can I put like Sprints on one ship and Gales on another?
Oh, absolutely.
You can put Gales and Sprints on the same ship.
I don't mean Gales. I mean MDS Sprint. Can I put those on different ships and they'll work okay, or will they still conflict?
Do they have the same range?
Sprints
Which
and
ones?
MDS.
No, they don't.
Whatever one has the higher range will always fire. So it needs to be the one with the highest percentage hitting, basically.
Are you talking sprints versus?
MDSs. I'm just wondering if I can put Sprints on one ship and MDS on another ship if there's still going to be a conflict, or if it's only if they're on the same ship is there a conflict.
I haven't tested it, but it seems like you would need to have them offset. Like put the sprints or tridents on the back ships. But again, I haven't
tried it. Yeah, I know you did talk about it on Wednesday, but
yeah, I don't have a good answer as far as, because it seems like you would need to run it slightly offset with something in front that the MDSs get the first chance. Because I went through the numbers a little bit, and I went through all the specials trying to figure out what you could get. I mean, it's sort of like, unless you, well, maybe that's the way to do it. I didn't think about that. Using a really crappy countermeasure special on a ship that had the sprint on it. Because what happens if you use like the Glia system is the MDS with that special, because 77% range boost is 88.5. And then the Trident, I don't know why my screen just refreshed, but well, it's not coming back. Sorry, I had it right. Okay, there we go. Damn it. I'm sorry, my screen just refreshed for some reason, and I can't find any of that stuff. Oh, there we go. It's back. And the Sprint has a base. Okay, let me go through the numbers. Sorry, I don't have this as a slide, but the base range of a MDS3 is 50, and the special gives it 77%. So you're at 88.5. The Sprint has a base range of 60, and it has a countermeasure range boost of 62%, which brings that to 97.2. So you basically have a range difference of 9. Now, if you put a Trident on, which only has a salvo of 1, lower reload, whatever, but that gets it down to 89.1, I'm not sure that that's the best way to go. Like I said, I haven't really hit these targets, but you wouldn't have to be as offset in order to give the Missile Defense System 3 the first chance to fire. But I'm sure, like I said, I haven't had a chance to test this or, do
Or
too much.
the desire, probably.
What?
I said, or the desire, either, probably.
Yeah, there's no real reason at this point for us, because there's no real pressing need on these targets at this point.
Right.
I didn't make it first priority to deal with my Praetorians because the way they usually make these changes is right after a raid. So we still have a couple more weeks of this FM as, it's currently constituted. So we still have some time where, I can send 4 Praetorians out in auto 120s, and
Right.
I'm taking down a ton of points at that point.
Yep.
So, maybe next week, maybe tomorrow. I want to get all this other stuff done prior to, trying to play with my Praetorians too much.
Yeah, I agree.
I just got my flag Praetorian out, so it doesn't have any rank. So I'll be trying after VXP to the 125 with the full fleet instead of just the 4 regular Pratts. The regular Pratt I was taking about 30 minutes in the 125s.
Okay, and you've been hitting the 125, but you don't have the flag out, right?
Right.
Okay. Does anybody have the flag out? And is there some sort of display that shows that you have actually achieved the Tortoise formation? I didn't make it up.
I never saw that.
What, the Tortoise formation?
No, I never saw anything that says you're in the Tortoise formation.
No.
You had to have what, 3 enemy ships?
You had to have, you had 3 enemy targets, and then 3 of your own ships, all within 50 range of the flag.
That could be tested really easy in a VXP target, couldn't it?
Yeah, but I've been watching people hit them, and I mean, I'm just wondering if they see it. I have not seen, and I've seen videos, and I'm like, I don't see anything that, there's no big tortoise shell coming down. And there's no indication that you've achieved the tortoise formation. Yeah. And it just shows frenzy. Yeah, you see the frenzy for killing a target, but you don't show, there's no tortoise formation indication at all. Like, am I getting all those bonuses associated with it?
But are there 3 ships that you're that close in range to?
Well, again, it's targets, not ships.
So it should count for the turrets as well.
And probably the buildings. I don't know. I mean, that's why there has to be. I think unless they're going to be more forthright with it, then there needs to be a visual indication that you have now crossed over into the Tortoise zone.
Love it.
It just I don't know what the indication is going to be, but they're vague with the wording, and maybe the wording's not completely right. But I don't know. Let's see if I have the game pulled up. Or let me see if I can find a slide that would show us what the tortoise formation actually does, because it's pretty significant, as I recall, in regards to. There we go. Slide 29. Could you bring that up, Lady Cat?
Oh, sure.
Just so everybody doesn't know I'm not making up the tortoise formation.
Oh, well, I know you're not. Most of us know that. Mike, I'm not so sure, but
Yeah, he's still.
is he still with us?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's still here, but he's not blown away yet.
Yeah, there is a tortoise formation. Yeah, it's tortoise formation aura is active when 3 or more enemies are nearby. And the definition of, well, there we go. I'll put you on present. The definition of nearby is 50. And it impacts the flag, the Imperator's Praetorian, and then it impacts any ships within 50 range. So you get explosive survival of 3,200 and penetrating survival of 3,200, and a rocket reload of plus 20%. All these things would be very difficult for a player to see during that possible 2 seconds when these conditions are met. Right?
Right.
It talks about, enemies and it wasn't targets, enemies are nearby. So we don't know if that's.
That's why I'm wondering if it would be easier to see it in a VXP target with all those ships. Because
If there is an indication, it's just something to watch out for, people. If you see it, let me know. I'm not sure if what's going to happen.
might see little.
50 is pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
gotta
usually
wait.
killed it by then.
What's the
Yeah,
range
that's the problem. I think we're killing
the
everything
range?
before we get 3 in the circle.
on the suppressor aura? What was that range?
30.
30.
So it's not much more than that. A little bit more. That's how close you'd have to be to it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Now, you don't have to have 3 of your own ships together for this, do you?
They have to be within a certain
No.
range
Well,
flag.
you need to. The way I read it is you need to have 3 enemy ships, or enemies within range, not ships. I keep on throwing that out there now. But you need to have 3 enemies, but it will impact all your other ships that are within 50 range.
Right.
So
I'm just thinking if there is a tortoise, we could try it by sending the flag, just the flag, after one of those pods of 3 ships, because it won't kill it right in one.
Or the ships or not, or do you still have your thud emperor, your thud flag anymore? And your thud flag could get this done, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I do.
I'm not suggesting you rip all the weapons off your ship.
No, but I have one with only one pillar. It only has one pilum on it, so maybe we could try this.
Okay. Yeah, if we want to do it, we can see if there's actually any visual thing. Because
try
with one rocket, you should be able to get pretty close to see if there's actually if there's a visual indication that this happens.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Screen share it.
Yeah, pretty.
I'll spend 3 coins to the team.
Ready. Very good.
Oh, I probably. Okay, yeah. Okay, so.
I think the indicator for the tortoise formation should be master splinter pops up.
All right, what am I hitting? A 125 here. Oh, I better screen share first.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you can see it okay?
Yeah.
Hey, we're not surrounded by them anymore.
No, they wouldn't move to the SSRB.
You're not on. There you go.
Yeah, yes.
All right, so I'm going to try and get 3 targets inside 30 range without killing it. That's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, with one rocket, you should be able to do that. I would hope. I would think.
Yeah. See now. Should I just drive up to those 4 turrets right there?
Yeah, that'll be the first test. I mean, unless, because people keep on saying ships, so maybe.
Oh, we got to get within 30. There we go. Is there a
Yeah.
tortoise? I don't see a tortoise.
I don't see anything happening.
They're not doing much damage. Oh, they are doing damage, though, so that tortoise is not keeping me from dying.
Okay. Well, once you kill them, is there any way you can get in the range of 3 ships?
Yeah, there's those 3 guys. I'll get right in the middle of them.
Okay.
So there's another pod of them around here somewhere, isn't there? Or is there?
Yeah, on the right.
So, yeah, because they're coming down. I don't want to take forever to get there.
Yeah, you can wait for them to come to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, which way at this island, across this island, are they going to come?
They stay up the top there where they are. They just circle there, turn around.
So I'll go this way. And I hope they get closer together because that one guy's pretty far from the other 2.
Yeah, you need to get in the middle of them all. Oh, they've moved apart.
I do have engines on this thing, but it still seems to take forever to get there. Now, I got to wait till they get closer together. At one point, they're in a.
There it was. See the pink? See the pink on his ship?
Oh
Yeah,
no!
it did go pink actually. Yeah, I saw that when he was down the bottom. I didn't know if that was there before or not.
Oh.
No, that's not normally there.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
go back when I was going.
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
Where?
Yeah, there's a pink
Yeah.
flag.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, the flag, yeah. But what do you
Well,
mean?
that's more than 50.
I don't have 3 things.
Yeah, what's going on? Why he has the
He had them 3 harvesters or whatever.
But right now he's pink, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the middle of nowhere.
He's got nothing within 50.
Yeah.
Unless it's the
Now it's
mountains.
wrong.
He may have 3 mountains, maybe.
Oh, let's see. Maybe any object does. Oh,
Get
no.
away from the land and all that. Go to.
Oh, look, I did, and it just went away.
Maybe it's an enemy. No, it's not back.
It's
not
not
back
back.
yet. It's not bad.
Just wait.
That
Okay.
building was doing it.
I
Yeah, it
want.
wasn't 3.
I want to.
So the 50 must be that first green circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's only got 1 in his circle now. There's got 3.
And I had 3 turrets in my circle, and it didn't do the same thing.
Yeah, it did. It did go pink. When you were down the bottom, it was pink.
Oh, really? Let's go back to those
Yeah.
turrets. See if
My nephew
Well,
said.
those turrets there will do.
My
No,
nephew.
okay, reset. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That.
It looks bigger than 30 then.
Can you zoom in? What does that pink thing actually show? Oh, you were already zoomed in. Okay.
Yeah.
It should be green. If it's going to be a tortoise formation, it should be green.
It should be Master Splinter.
It certainly shouldn't be pink.
It should be green.
Those guys are staying too far apart. Where are the other? Oh, they're far apart now.
Well, it's as if we're realizing. I'm not worried about the ships anymore. I find it more fascinating that 3 mountains will do it.
Yeah.
No,
An
they don't.
enemy mountain.
Mountains aren't. No, the mountains aren't doing it. See?
Yeah.
Mountains won't.
Keep going.
Get
You
3
haven't
mountains.
got 3. You haven't got 3 in the range yet.
No. Get 3
Oh.
mountains. There you go. 3 mountains.
3 mountains are enemy. Man,
Yeah.
mountains bad.
Yeah. Yes. I mean that's.
So-
That's a learning moment here for everybody. That 3 mountains count.
So you can park your flag behind a mountain and bring your rest of your fleet just to the edge.
Yeah.
Have to be within range.
Yeah, but mountains count. So I'm assuming that buildings and turrets count if mountains count, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's find out. Darn it. I don't know how to get a ship in the. But, yeah,
Or 1 mountain and 2 ships.
that's what I'm trying to do now. Have I got a
Get a bit
mountain?
closer to the mountain.
I got 2. And
Yeah,
then
You got to get closer to the mountain.
I know I am.
Right there.
I'm trying to creep up. No, now the mountains aren't. I'm not close enough.
Oh no, you're not.
Why?
Is that
Okay, it's
first?
not working right now. Okay. Yeah,
I'm going to try and get one mountain in with those two ships. Yep. So it's 3 any enemy objects.
Okay.
mountains.
All right. This is a learning moment.
Programming this was really simple. Three objects within range, and it turns on tortoise formation. That's funny.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know.
That's funny.
I think it was our best learning moment of the show was that mountains count as enemies. So
Well, they are very mean mountains.
yeah. Well, you saw
They,
the thing.
they block our shots. They're mean.
Well, you saw the thing with like the 5-year-old mountain climber that. Never mind. We won't get into that.
But you know what? They shouldn't be enemy. Look, they're stopping the enemy shots too. So they're neutral mountains. They're peacekeepers.
Well,
Switzerland.
They just can't attack you. So yeah. Huh. Okay.
Your base is under attack. Would everybody like to see my base under attack? That's funny. Let's enjoy an attack on Captain Kidd. Let's see how my base does. Oh, who is this? Boise. Never. This is a newcomer for me. See how he does.
It's not Lady Cat, is it?
I know. I haven't teased her enough for that yet.
I was assuming it was Lady Cat. Oh, yeah.
He's not going to get very far. He's already lost a quarter of his ships in the mouth. Oh, yeah. He didn't like what he saw.
Okay.
It is funny, though. I mean, people get a taste right from the get-go whether they want to attack you or not. And that guy obviously didn't like the flavor.
I'm not even going to ask what the flavor was.
But it was, what flavor was it? It was
okay. Well,
radioactive flavor.
Okay. All right. Well,
By flavor, I meant damage type. Is what I'm getting.
Yeah, I assume that. But
Go get him.
is there anything else we should? Because we're getting towards that point in the evening where it's we've been going for an hour and 23 minutes.
And we're getting punchy.
I would have watched him go back and kill the other guy's base
I know.
for hitting him while he was on the show.
What's what everyone seems to get hit.
Jeff has no friends. This is weird.
Yeah, who's being hit?
No, I'm looking at the.
That's my ally. He decided.
But it was showing underneath your base where you have your friends list, and it was you.
Yeah, that's a bug, and I'm afraid. I've read the bug fix for it, and I'm afraid to do it. You have to remove yourself from Facebook. You have to remove Battle Pirates from the Facebook applications and re-add yourself to get all your friends back.
Okay.
Nah.
And I'm afraid to do it. I'm afraid to do it because I'm afraid I won't actually have my base when I come back and add Battle Pirates again. So I'm stuck with no friends. Aww.
So
Well, if you have to add it back, I'll friend you and you can be an officer for me.
yeah, but you lose your base. It all works
Not
out.
just your base, but I'd gain an officer and you'd gain a friend.
I need my friend.
Yes, you might be a level 1 base or level 5 or whatever you start off. But yeah,
I've been paranoid to do it. My alt has the same problem, so I'm about to sacrifice it to see if it actually fixes it. It's been like this for about a year now.
okay. So is there? Are you going to hit the guy back, or is there anything?
I am terrible at driving and even worse at base hitting, so no.
Okay. Well, is there anything else? I'm going to take you off of screen share at this point. Is there anything else that we should share at this point before we go to the after show? Because I think we had our best moment of the show, probably for the entire week, with are realizing that mountains are our enemies. I would have never predicted that until we all sat around and watched you hit that, Jeff, and it was like, this is fascinating and quite unexpected.
Well, you've heard about all the climbers dying in Everest. I guess the enemies, they really are our enemy.
Yeah. We always thought they were neutral and beautiful and whatnot, but yeah, they're out to kill us. They're really out to kill us. So, if we're gonna wind up, I put the link on the right-hand side, and just so everybody knows that it's Ben's birthday. He's 83 years old. Amazing how well he's held up, and still doing so well in the game. I am, round of applause for Ben and keeping up at 83.
Happy birthday, Ben.
What? Okay.
But that's why Kicks I made the 125 so big. It's with my old ass eyes. I can see it now.
I'm surprised they didn't make the mountains even bigger for you.
And they figured, hell, overload the map with them. That way, sure he's gonna hit one.
Can't miss one, yeah.
Just go out and stop.
Click on the screen.
Well, just remember, you want to stack your mountains.
Stacking mountains.
I'm amazed none of us saw that big old icon that shows up on top when they're when we were hitting them. I guess you just didn't notice it.
I didn't hit one yet, so that's why I was asking, because I was,
I hit several of them and haven't noticed.
I've never noticed it either.
I'm gonna try
Maybe
one.
it only happens when you're solo. Your flag.
That's why I get the big bucks, I guess. But that was a joke. But the link's on the right-hand side in case you'd like to join the after show. We'll be back Wednesday, if not before. And thanks everybody for showing up to the show. And we'll see you all soon.
Wednesday.
And everybody say happy birthday to Ben.
Happy birthday.
birthday, Ben.
Thank you, guys. And thank you, Chuck.
Good night, all.
Good night. Have fun.